Now we're ready to sow the red bud seed and give it that 60-day stratification in the cooler. So what we do is we pre-sow it in a flat and then put the whole flat right in this walk-in cooler we have that's at 38 degrees, so it mimics that winter. So first we add soil, and we added a little bit of water to this mix so it's not so bone dry, because if it's really dry, you notice these flats have mesh bottoms like this. And we do that because once we put the seed in here and the plant's growing, we'll put it on a mesh bench, you see, and then the roots will grow down to the bottom of that container and they get airproof. So then when you're transplanting, you don't have this really long root, you have a little short stubby root. It really works out well. So when we're sowing a flat, little tricks that I would say is, if you sow it in the flat and you think you're done, well, what's going to happen is the flat's going to settle, the soil is going to settle. So you have to tamp it down to get it to settle. And if we're sowing a lot of seeds, sometimes we'll use a flat to help tamping it down. Then I'm just trying to make it nice and even. And for me, what I'm after for my depth, how deep do I go, is when I'm transplanting my seedling, because this is what's called a seed flat. So the little seedlings will be pulled out of here and then transplanted. So this is just to get them to germinate and give them a good start. So if I poke my finger in there, that's how deep it is. So that's how deep my root system will be when I plant the seedling. So I think I've got a nice amount of soil in here. I got a soil bed ready. Here's the red bud seed. And typically I would like these dry just because they're easier to handle. And then it's just a matter of scattering them on here. And don't be so stressed if you get two of them that grow that are side by side like that. You can sow them really thick in a seed flat like this, and then pull the seedlings out accordingly, you see. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of a uniform distribution going on. But you get the idea of just scattering it throughout. And if you happen to have a clump like that where a bunch are growing together, I'll just kind of get my fingers in there and kind of move them side by side. But even if the seeds germinate side by side, they'll pull apart. And then it's just a matter of covering them. And for most seeds, what I do is I'll start in the middle like this, and I'll put a good amount of soil in the middle. So that way I'm not disturbing them. I'm just using my hand like kind of like a snowplow, going across the top like that. And then I can really control the depth a lot easier, you notice. Sometimes you run into a clump. But you see how it's just pulling right over and covering the seed. And then if I say, okay, I don't have enough for this side, I'll just add it down the middle again and do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, night-night. They're going to sleep.
See you guys.
Yep.
See you in the
spring. Have a good sleep.
So then it's just a matter of labeling this. We'll label it and then water it well before we put it in the cooler. And then come late February, we'll pull them out, put them in a warm greenhouse, and we'll have red bud babies.